Most people do not feel poor when they agree to monthly payments. They feel responsible. The number looks small. The decision feels controlled. The commitment feels manageable. Nothing feels dangerous in that moment. Monthly payments feel like order. They feel like structure. They feel like progress. But over time, those same monthly payments quietly reshape how money behaves in their lives. Not through one reckless choice, not through a sudden collapse, but through a structure that slowly absorbs future income before it ever arrives, leaving less room with every passing month. The common belief is simple and deeply ingrained. Monthly payments make life affordable. They spread costs over time. They allow people to participate in modern life. Housing, transportation, phones, streaming services, insurance, education, healthcare. The logic feels practical. Instead of paying a large amount all at once, people pay smaller amounts consistently. Smaller payments feel safer. They feel easier to manage. They feel predictable. Many people believe monthly payments protect cash flow. They believe these payments reduce financial pressure. They believe this structure allows better budgeting. Monthly payments are often described as tools of flexibility. They are framed as responsible alternatives to large purchases. They are marketed as smarter financial behavior. In this belief system, monthly payments are not a risk. They are a feature of modern life. The reality is quieter and less visible. Monthly payments do not reduce cost. They reduce awareness. The question subtly changes. Instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" people ask, "Can I afford this every month?" That shift matters more than it appears. Total price becomes abstract. Duration fades into the background. Long-term obligation feels distant. A phone stops being a $1,000 decision. It becomes a $40 habit. A car stops being a major financial commitment. It becomes a recurring line item. Over time, financial decisions stop being evaluated as purchases. They are evaluated as commitments. And commitments feel safer than purchases, even when they are longer, more expensive, and harder to reverse. This is how cost increases without resistance. Not because people agree to spend more, but because they stop seeing the full picture. Monthly payments rarely exist alone. They stack: rent or mortgage, car payments, insurance premiums, phone plans, internet service, streaming subscriptions, medical bills, student loans. Each payment claims a portion of future income. Individually, each obligation feels manageable. Together, they reshape financial reality. Income arrives once. Obligations arrive many times. By the time money enters an account, much of it is already allocated. Saving does not lose because people forget to save. It loses because priority is pre-assigned. What remains is not choice. It is whatever is left after commitments are honored. This is how flexibility disappears quietly. Monthly payments feel normal because they repeat. They do not escalate suddenly. They do not demand attention after setup. They arrive quietly, on schedule. Human psychology adapts quickly to consistency. After enough cycles, a payment stops feeling like a decision. It becomes a background condition, and background conditions are rarely questioned. People often cannot remember when the pressure began. There is no clear starting point. Nothing dramatic happened. Life simply filled up. This is why financial strain often feels confusing. There is no single mistake to point to. Monthly payments fragment financial awareness. Large costs are broken into smaller emotional units. Paying a large amount once feels heavy. Paying smaller amounts repeatedly feels acceptable. But repetition has memory. Each payment reduces future flexibility. The mind focuses on what is affordable now, not what is restricted later. This is not irresponsibility. It is a limitation of human cognition. People are better at evaluating immediate comfort than cumulative constraint. Monthly payment systems are designed around this imbalance. Monthly payments compress time. They treat future income as already spent. This creates the illusion of stability. As long as payments are met, life feels under control. But that control is conditional. It depends on uninterrupted income. Any disruption, job loss, illness, reduced hours, unexpected expenses, collides with fixed obligations. When flexibility matters most, it is least available. The system does not collapse suddenly, it tightens gradually. Once people commit to monthly payments, they resist removing them. Canceling feels like failure. Downgrading feels like loss. Even when circumstances change, people try to maintain commitments. This is not stubbornness. Humans prefer consistency over re-evaluation. Monthly payment systems rely on this tendency. What begins as convenience turns into inertia. Who benefits? Monthly payments generate predictable revenue. Predictability matters more than price. Subscriptions stabilize cash flow. Installment plans increase conversion rates. Loans generate long-term interest. Businesses are rewarded when customers commit over time. This does not require coordination or intent. Systems evolve toward what produces reliable revenue. Monthly payments do exactly that. Money that moves consistently generates profit. Money that sits quietly does not. Monthly payments create access without ownership. Access to devices, access to transportation, access to services. Access feels empowering, but access expires. Ownership builds resilience. Access builds dependency. When payments stop, access disappears. This creates quiet vulnerability. People are not accumulating assets. They are maintaining permissions. Permissions feel like progress until they vanish. Why saving collapses? Saving requires margin. Monthly payments consume margin before it exists. Whatever remains feels too small to matter. Saving becomes optional. Payments feel mandatory. Over time, saving shifts from habit to exception. Not because people stop caring, but because the structure leaves little room. Monthly payments generate constant background pressure. Not panic, not crisis. Pressure. Pressure narrows thinking. Under pressure, people focus on survival. They clear the month. They delay the future. Long-term planning becomes abstract. This is not laziness. It is mental exhaustion. As pressure persists, expectations adjust. What once felt temporary becomes permanent. Stress becomes background noise. Saving stops feeling achievable. It begins to feel unrealistic. Behavior follows belief. People adapt not because they fail, but because the system rewards adaptation. As long as payments are met, life appears stable. But this stability is conditional. There is no buffer, only timing. The system functions smoothly while individual resilience erodes. As more people live this way, it becomes cultural. Debt feels normal. Stress feels expected. Paycheck dependence feels ordinary. When pressure is normalized, it stops being questioned, and unchallenged systems persist. Over time, monthly payments reshape identity. Money stops feeling like a tool for building. It becomes something to manage. The goal shifts from progress to maintenance. This shift is subtle, but it is powerful. Monthly payments create a loop. Income arrives, obligations consume it. Leftover feels insufficient. Saving is postponed. The loop repeats. No collapse occurs. Life continues. Without accumulation, monthly payments do not keep people poor through mistakes. They do it through structure. They convert large costs into permanent obligations. They trade ownership for access. They prioritize continuity over flexibility. Saving disappears not because people fail, but because future income is already claimed. Money stops being a tool for building stability and becomes a mechanism for maintaining commitments. Understanding this does not change the system, but it changes how responsibility is understood. Money is not just a test of discipline. It is a structure with rules most people never chose.